Wow, y'all, I'm so glad we are finally going somewhere with the Noah Presgrove case again. If you don't know who this young man is, just stay. I'll explain in a nutshell who he is and what happened to him. So according to reports, Noah's family are suing 7 people, and they are claiming Noah was indeed beaten to death. Noah was found deceased on a lonely highway, and the way he died has really just been a mystery. And so many people have wanted justice for Noah for so long, it just didn't sit right with most people. 19-year-old Noah was wearing only shoes when his body was found on a stretch of US 81. This was in Terrell, Oklahoma, and it was on September 4th of 2023. He was last said to have been seen alive at a party about a mile away. This was during a 4-day, 22nd birthday party bash. This was with his friends, and it was over Labor Day weekend. The party was fueled with alcohol. It was also heavily documented on social media with videos and pictures, particularly on Snapchat. Now, reportedly, Noah suffered massive head and upper body injuries, and that caused him to die due to internal bleeding. But it's exactly what caused those injuries that remains a mystery. His close friends that he was partying with over that weekend constantly claimed they have no idea what happened, how he died, and some of them were also allegedly asleep when he died. Now, this is what has really ticked people off for nearly the past 2 years. The Oklahoma Highway Patrol never did and is still not investigating Noah's death as a murder. But they also didn't rule out manslaughter in a statement that they made last year. However, Noah's family firmly believes that he was beaten to death and his body was dumped on the road. And, well, many others, including me, believe this too. His family has consistently said that Noah's death was not caused by being hit by a motor vehicle, and now investigators also think it's highly unlikely that a motor vehicle hit him as well. So what the hell happened for him to be so badly injured? Why not investigate more? How is this even okay? There have been barely any updates to the family from cops over the past 2 years, and well, they are just over it. They reportedly filed a $75,000 wrongful death lawsuit. This was yesterday on Monday, June 23rd. The lawsuit reportedly said that Noah was beaten to death by one or more of the defendants, but they didn't specify who they thought did it. Now, the lawsuit does state that maybe the beating wasn't meant to kill him, but the lawsuit states that either intentionally or accidentally the defendants killed him. It also included other unidentified individuals among the defendants. The lawsuit further says that although his death may have been unintended, hosting the party and beating him was intentional and malicious and in reckless disregard of his rights. According to reports, the lawsuit named 4 of Noah's closest friends who were at that party that weekend, along with their fathers, the owners of the house, and a shop where alcohol was allegedly bought. Now, 2 of the most well-known or most heard of names, if you've been following this case in the lawsuit, were his best friend, Noah's best friend, Jack Newton, and his on-again, off-again girlfriend, Carter Combs. Jack was the one who some say allegedly bought Noah the alcohol, and the lawsuit argues that that makes him partly responsible for Noah's death. Jack allegedly bought the alcohol from Annapolis Convenience Store, and that's in Marlow, Oklahoma, and this store is also named as a defendant. And they are also accused of selling alcohol to a minor. 2 other girls with Carter were also accused of hosting the party, and they were Avery Jo Carter and Logan Jernigan. The lawsuit claimed that the party was a civil conspiracy to furnish alcoholic beverages to underage and already intoxicated people like Noah over the course of several days. They are further accused in the lawsuit of giving Noah more alcohol, even though he was very clearly intoxicated, and that reportedly breached their duty of care for him. According to his autopsy, he had a blood alcohol level of 0.14. Now, Jack Newton's father, Caleb Newton, was also mentioned in the lawsuit and accused of allowing Noah to drive or ride on an ATV that flipped and injured Noah. But Caleb has long said he was never at the party and that in the past, the ATV was known to belong to his son, Jack. Also, Avery and Carter's mom, Stevie Howard, was named in the lawsuit because she owned a trailer next to the house where they were partying. Her father, Johnny Trout Wilcoxon, was also named because he owned the property where the party was at, though he was not present during the parties. Now, Stevie, the girl's mom, has been very vocal on social media. She has constantly defended her girls and all the party goers and downplayed any theories about Noah's death, and to be quite honest with you, I'm not real impressed. The lawsuit is demanding at least $75,000 in damages for funeral expenses, pain and suffering, and lost earnings and companionship along with punitive damages. Now, let me make this clear. The lawsuit mentioned no real evidence that Noah was beaten to death by anyone at the party, and no evidence that this occurred has emerged since his death, other than the nature of his injuries. Y'all, that young man was beaten to death. If you go read the autopsy or watch my Noah Presgrove playlist on TikTok or YouTube or Facebook, you'll likely believe that too. A doctor even concluded that the injuries he suffered were catastrophic. The doctor even said that him being mortally wounded and a severe beating was the likely cause of his death. So are we not listening to doctors these days? Many people are convinced, though, that Noah was murdered and that his body was dumped on the road, especially due to the lack of blood that was at the scene. This lawsuit is a huge step in the direction of justice for Noah and his sweet family. $75,000, though, y'all deserve way, 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 way more than that. I'm going to say this. Law enforcement, get off your asses and investigate this case more. Open your eyes and see that this was not an accident. Allegedly, reportedly, supposedly, whatever, possibly. Anyway, start the investigation over. Do what you have to do to find out what happened to this young man. Now, I feel in my heart, normally I'm good with gut feelings, but I feel like the day where Noah gets justice is to come in the near future. So those of you who are responsible, count your days until your little secrets come out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and for more true crime, make sure to hit that follow button and subscribe over on YouTube.